Glover Teixeira continues his unexpected journey towards another light heavyweight title shot. Heading into 2019, Glover Teixeira had lost 2 of his last 3 fights. The former UFC light heavyweight title contender had started to consider whether it was time to call it a career and drift off into retirement. Then something happened to the Brazilian where it all began to click. He reeled off 4 straight victories heading into his UFC Fight Night main event against No. 1 ranked Thiago Santos. Not many gave Teixeira a shot to win and was a significant underdog heading into the fight. The 41-year-old Teixeira didn't get the memo that he was supposed to lose to the heavy-handed Santos. Even though the No. 3 ranked contender got dropped and nearly finished on 2 occasions, Teixeira used his superior grappling to wear Santos down and sink in a rear naked choke submission in the 3rd round to extend his winning streak to 5. His nickname is Sledgehammer, Teixeira said in his post-fight interview from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada. "I'm telling you, every punch this guy throws is a sledgehammer. It's amazing to fight with him." Santos came out looking for the finish from the opening bell. He dropped Teixeira with a stinging right hook and immediately followed him to the mat and throwing a barrage of hard ground and pound shots to try and finish his fellow Brazilian off. However, Teixeira stayed composed, found a leg to reverse position with a takedown and unloaded on Santos with his own strikes. Teixeira, 32-7, didn't waste any time in the 2nd round. Santos threw a couple of strikes before Teixeira sent him back to the canvas. From there, Teixeira smothered Santos, uncorking shots and giving him no room to breathe. Teixeira had an opportunity to finish things off with a rear naked choke with seconds remaining, but he ran out of time. Coming out for the 3rd round, you could see that Santos was exhausted. Immediately, Teixeira went for another takedown. This time around, Santos stuffed the attempt, which gave him a sign of life. He blasted Teixeira with a left hook to send him back to the mat. Thinking this was his chance to get rid of Teixeira, Santos unloaded his gas tank, throwing every punch with evil intentions. But Teixeira showed the heart of a champion and survived the storm. He was able to reverse position and get Santos back. Teixeira seized the moment and locked in the rear naked choke. With no means to escape, Santos had no choice but to tap out. Typically, getting 5 consecutive victories would mean a title shot is in the future. But this past week, UFC President Dana White declared that middleweight champion Israel Adesanya would get a crack at 205-pound titleist Jan Blachowicz. Despite the news, it didn't stop Teixeira from calling for the opportunity. "Dana White, come on man, I'm an old man over here," Teixeira said with a smile.